Hi guys, Darren Brown here. I'm going to be talking to you today. One of my bonuses really, or it's a tutorial, and it's about blog posts. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to try and create a website strategy of how we can increase backlinks, etc. And this is going to help you a lot when it comes to you setting up a website, etc. Okay, so I'm going to call this a blog plate. Okay, so that's what I'm going to call this. It's going to be my blog plate strategy. Okay, so we're going to talk through it. I'm just going to bring up something on here. Okay, so it's just going to come up now. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, so this is my template. Okay, and you can adapt this template any way you want to. But before we do that, what I want to do with you first is I want to just go through why you need this and why it's going to help you. So basically, we need to find a website that accepts submissions, which will be able to contribute content to them. Now, the best way to do that is we're going to pinch content ideas, and then we're going to tell, and I'm going to tell you what you're going to have to say. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. Then we're going to create a submit content, use strategic linking techniques. That's what we're going to do. How to find a website, and then we're going to use Boolean search strings, and we're going to keep it simple, okay? Because I don't want you to get too confused by that. So I'm just going to show you how we're going to do the Boolean search string. So if we go into here, so we're going to use Google, because Google's normally the best thing to use because it's got a very good search engine. So we're going to just go into Google now. And the idea, what we're looking for is we're looking for to target. We're going to try and target, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to create a submit content. We're going to use strategic linking techniques and how to find a website, okay? So we're now going to use a Boolean search string. Now what a Boolean search string is I will show you, okay? So if we click on Google, what you do is we use a comma like that, an inverted comma, and then what we do is we would put something like this. So we can put right to us, and what this does, this target, this Google's algorithm or search engine, it creates a target point, okay? Because when we put right to us, what that's going to do is that's going to create a key phrase which is exact, okay? So now I'm going to hit enter, and you'll see that it's coming up right to us, Piccadilly Airlines. So there's loads and loads of things, and then what you do then is you just do a research, and you go through this, and you see if there's anywhere that wants us or where we can write to us, what they would accept, etc. So you've got to do a little bit of research on that. But that's the first keyword you would try. The next one you would try is this one, which is submit post. So we're going to put submit. Oops, can't spell post. Post. Really use the inverted comma, and we're going to hit enter. And you'll see here that what's happening at submit post. Fill out this form. Real sites, do follow links, index post quickly, guest post, blogging service. So this is one that we can use, okay? Looking for posts, post on eBay, submit post, which is corner, is one that we can use, all right? This is Go Awesomeness. Submit a guest post is another one that we can use. Submit post to get variables in one form. Stack Overflow is another one we can use. And we can use these to create links, you see, to our website. Submit a guest post, submit guest post. Malaysia freebies, looking for posts. So the hoot. So you can see how powerful this is, because what we've done is where we've used a key phrase and then we created a target by using the inverted commas. And that's what that's done is that's allowed it to search precisely where we can actually then start to use these if we want to for creating backlinks, etc. Okay, so complete novice's guide to building a website, submit post form, construction review online. So you can just go through this at your own leisure and see if there's anything that you might be able to use there. Okay, and then we're going to do another one. So we've done submit post. We're going to do another one now, which is become a contributor. So become a contributor, and then we're going to put the colon. There we go. And it's become a contributor, business to community. So this is another one we can tap into. Social media today, that's another one we can tap into. So look, just look at it, look at all that we can just tap into. There's so much there, you know. You can, and we're not even scratching the surface. So this just gives you an idea of how powerful and how you can use this. And then there's many more, guys. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you that the next one will be guest post. The next one will be send tip. And basically it's just your job to uncover the websites, and then what we do then is you would want to pitch. So what I mean by pitch is you're creating a warm-up, and the idea is that if you go in cold, people aren't going to listen to you. They're just going to think you're going to spam, and it's going to be an affiliate link. So a typical example is something like Facebook, and you're on, say, like a fitness niche, or you're on a passive income niche. It's like if you went in there and said, oh yeah, hi guys, I want to sell so and so, people are just going to turn off and think, oh God, he's a spammer, he's just trying to get money out of me. And you're not actually supplying anything. So what you need to do is you need to demonstrate your expertise and knowledge, either in a blog, and then represent that blog onto Facebook or onto Pinterest, onto Instagram, onto Twitter, onto video. You know, it just goes on really. There's so many social medias out there, especially alternative ones, that you can target to do that. So what you're going to do basically is once you warm them up, you want to spend 2 or 3 days just basically just answering questions. You could try on Quora. Quora would be really good for this because there's loads of questions, and you could just spend 3 days just answering questions, but don't put any links in, don't do any of that. Because what you want to do is you want to get people's confidence, and they know then that you're someone that can fall back on. Because what will happen eventually is if you're in a quite a big group and you started to help and answer people, people will say, "Oh yeah, go and ask Darren. He might know that one. He might know how to sort that out." And they would then go to your Facebook page, and then when they go to your Facebook page, you might have your blog there, or you might have your free training there. And what you're doing is you're naturally allowing organic traffic to grow naturally, okay? But you're creating splices and links as well in your blogs, which are going to improve your authority on Google. So that's how you're going to do that, okay? So you'd warm them up, comment on social media. Obviously, you want to introduce yourself, and then you want to ask for advice as well. So even though you might know the answer, just ask for advice and see if someone else comes up. Because sometimes you might think something and someone else might say something, and you might think, I never thought of that. And then you'll be able to use that yourself. So you're learning all the time. As I say, you can never stop learning. The person that says, oh yeah, I know everything, is a bit of a what, and I class that as a waste of time. So it's really important that you're always learning. You always remember that. It doesn't matter what age you are, we're always learning. So once you broke that ice, what you want to do then is wait for a response, and then that's when you pitch your ideas. So if you wait for a response, okay, and you don't get a response, then what you would do then is you suggest what you've got to do then is wait for a response and pitch the ideas, then make it personal, and then you can sort of you're personally trying to talk to people about it and personal, so people then become to have a little bit more confidence into you. Then what you do then is you want to suggest 3 to 5 content ideas, and then carry out your research. So the idea is that, say, something to do with passive income, and there's something that you might already know. It's like I do a lot of reviews, so I know that there could be an info product that might be able to help someone, or if it was a JVZoo product, I know it's going to be some form of a software. And then if it's Digistore, I know it's going to be a digital product. So there's 3 things there which I could target to someone, but not necessarily trying to sell it. All I'm basically doing is just driving them to that area where they might be able to find something that they're looking for. So that's what I would do on that side. Okay, so basically you make it personal, you suggest 3 to 5 content ideas, and then carry out research. Then what you do is you look for what's missing. And basically what you do is you look to improve something that's already there. That's the best way to do it. So, if you can improve something, then it's going to make it better for someone else. Or if it's something popular, then look to see what might make it even more stand out and what's going to help even more. So once you've done that, you would then follow up, even though there is no response. So even though you've given some idea to someone, so you might say, oh yeah, I'll try so and see how you get on with that. Some people are lazy, so they might actually like the idea, but they just can't be bothered to actually getting back in contact with you. So if you make that effort, some people will see that you're trying to make that effort, and they would see that in a good way, not necessarily in a bad way. Because again, you're not trying to sell something, you've given them some data, you just want to see if they want to digest and create that data. Then after that, you would create a content which would be to complement, not to compete. So you might actually create something which is going to be addition to something that you're already going to be offering. That way it's not going to compete with your own thing which you might be wanting to sell to someone. So that's what I would do with that. And then in addition, you would educate, create a tutorial, create a results orientated, carry out work, etc., stuff like that. Tutorial stories, studying, case study, before and after scenario, to break the article into sections. And what you would do then is this was the form which I was going to tell you about, which you can use, okay? And this works really, really well, and it's proven. This is a proven blog template. So the first thing you want to do with this is take a screenshot of this so you've got it, okay? And then the next thing which you want to do is obviously write this down and proven template. And then you'll see below it says change your style and context so it's not the same. Now the idea is this is, say 100 people look at this and then 100 people send this off, say inbox me, and you want to inbox this. You've got to be careful that it's not going to be exactly the same, otherwise it's just not going to work. All right, but this is a proven technique that does work. Okay, so what you've got to do is just adjust this accordingly to your own context. This is why I put here, change your style and context so it's not the same. So basically you will start with a name. So, hey Johnny, thank you for getting back to me. I think your opinion, and then what you do there is in these open brackets, I've put that you'd put your opinion, your expertise, your experience, and then because, and then your reasoning. So what you're doing then is you're giving them that you've got a little bit of knowledge, and then you're backing it up by the reasoning why you've given the knowledge, expertise, and experience in the first place. I'd also love to write this on your blog if you're open to that. So again, what you're doing then is you're saying that you've got something. So say, for instance, it's a passive income blog that you're trying to get people interested in. You've all asked permission, and it's, again, this is just going to be a website that you're going to be promoting, you see. So they would then link out into that and go into the website. All right, so here's a few ideas that I put together and I was thinking about. So what you would do then is 10x seems to work better than just one idea. So you'd put 10 simple ways to X without Y. Now you might be asking, what is X? Okay, well, X is a secret or a benefit. Okay, and then Y is almost like it's the pain, So where people have got the pain where they think, oh, it's going to take ages to do something. A typical example is that when I do my reviews, lots of people are quite lazy, right? So they are looking for a software which is basically click and run, as opposed to spending about an hour doing a website, or spending an hour doing a landing page, then doing the bridge page, then doing the graphics, then going and doing the research, spending the time and dedication. They want something that's going to be automated, that's going to be quick. So that's what why is. Why is basically the pain, all right? Which what I mean by that is the time that it's going to take to do something. It's the negative side, all right? So your X, okay, is going to be the benefit, and the secret, which is going to take away the why. All right. So then 10 reasons why your X is going to work. So 10 reasons why your X is going to work is because it's a secret, which means that it's not what everyone knows about. And also it's a benefit, which is going to help people or help you. All right. And then 10 things about X, which nobody told you. So again, you're telling someone a secret that nobody has told you before, which you didn't know either. So what this does, this creates an inquisitive notion. All right. And as being a human, we are very inquisitive. You've heard of the you've heard of the phrase curiosity killed the cat. Okay, it's because we're always inquisitive. If you would like to see some of my previous posts, you can read them here. So let me know what you think. So what you've done then is you've just created a doorway, if you like, and then benefits without sounding negative. X are secrets. This is just basically the key of what I've put there, so you know, okay? And then it says about breaking the articles into sections. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you go to an article, especially if it's sort of like an e-commerce store or something like that, you would find that when you go to something like that, it would have probably a paragraph of probably about 100 to 400 words, and then it would have something highlighted where you go to it, and then you might click on that highlight, but it will still take you to the same page. So you're not going off to the page, it's just taking you somewhere on that site, and it might be someone else's page. And then what you're doing is you're creating a backlink, but you're also creating a strong deep link to a guest page. And what that's going to do is that's going to help to improve your authority on Google. Okay. And you might be asking yourself, well, what can I use this for, right? What this proven template will work for? Well, basically, this template will work for blogs, bloggers, YouTube creators, YouTube, anything to do with video creators, affiliate marketing, e-comments, coaches, mentors, tutorials. So, it's the whole 9 yards. This is going to work. What I'm telling you now, this formula, you'll be able to put into action on any of those things. So the chances are you're probably already experimenting in things like that. And this is going to help you. So you'll be able to use that. Okay. So what we can do now is break the articles into sections. Okay. So basically what the example is step 1 out of 10. Okay, so it means 1, how to achieve X, like a secret or a benefit. Okay, and then add a resource link to the end of each section. So what you're doing then is you would create a paragraph, and then you would create a resource link which is then going off somewhere else. So it might be going off to your blog post, or it might be going off to your guest post, or it might be going off to someone else. And then what you're doing then is where you're creating cross links, it's going to create better authority for you. Okay, and this is why it's so important to do things like that. So you add resource links to the end of each section. You deep link to other articles on the same site, not your own homepage, but on a main site that you are working on. And then deep link to your guest posts and use long tail keywords and targeted keywords. Okay, so instead of saying a typical example is, it might be something like keto, right? Say we're doing like a weight loss thing, and you say, click on keto now, and get this. So what you would say is people that are looking to have a balanced diet and to try and control their weight, click here. So what you're doing then is you're not actually target. That's a long keyword, so it's going to create a better target. So that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Okay. Just going to check on my notes to make sure that I've got everything which I wanted to talk to you about. So yes, so basically what I've actually told you about is a proven market strategy to promote your website, and this will work. And today you will learn, as I said before, proven marketing strategy to provide website that's going to drive organic traffic for free. This is going to build authority and get backlinks. It's going to leverage popular websites in your niche and siphon traffic from them. And how that's going to work is because you create a link there, it means that someone's going to be inquisitive and then they're going to click and think, oh, who's this guy that's just linked to me? And that's how you do it. This is the secret that the people don't want you to know. This is how you can build leads and subscribers and warm traffic to your website. This is the SEO in blogging, which is going to really make a difference for you. So this is what I wanted to tell you about anyway. So just to reiterate, okay, is who's this for? It's basically for bloggers and content creators, affiliate marketing. It's going to help for service providers, coaches and mentors, offline local businesses and e-commerce stores. And this again is, why would you listen to me? Well, it's because I've done my research and I've found a lot in a lot of things that I've done, but also where I've made a lot of mistakes, I've paid for them, so you don't have to. So you don't have to listen to me. You can try and put this into action, and hopefully it's going to help you build your website, etc. But it's up to you what you decide to do with this. But this was my tutorial anyway on that, and I now know that this works because I've tried it and I know it works. So that's all I can say, guys. Okay. So until my next this way again to my next tutorial, I'll catch you later, guys. Thank you. Bye now.